driver. È pronto. Driver.
Dumel, since you want it so much, Mara, nonetheless, as a YouTube channel, we've only had about 22, 3, 4.
One thing, I'm not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30. I'm not a
views, not million, not thousand, just 2432 views with my shorts and my regular videos. So I make the wise decision to post my things, snippets of my clips and videos online. And I know people on the internet don't care about you. They want to see yourself be a spectacle, right? Even though you're trying to become successful, but regardless, I make that wise decision and I post something on Facebook. And if there's one thing about Facebook, it'll remind you where you're from. You could be in Johannesburg North, you could be in London, could be with waterfalls as I'm busy or whatnot. But it will remind you, no wakai, no telakai. So yeah, I don't know if this was a constructive criticism or just mockery, because as someone with ADHD and autism, sometimes it's hard to read in between the lines. But for the most part, sharp. Whether it's mocking, whether it's genuine support, I really don't care, Chief. You do you.
Today's subject.
It's not enough. Few solid niggas left.
So yeah, I'm going to be speaking on a couple of things, most of which revolve around governments and states, but it isn't like the previous video that I touched on where I spoke about governments and states, so bear with me. Not even bear with me, you should be happy. I'm not repeating the same shit. I'm even giving you a disclaimer. I'm not repeating the same shit, so a preface, if you will. So be here or be square, angas. But yeah, we're going to be talking about public transport, the state, and lastly, art and individualism in South Africa. I try to make sure that this channel is more pushed towards South African content, so yeah. I mean, I do enjoy the occasional American degeneracy and political spectrum and just the political spectrum all around the world, but regardless, I try to push for SA so that there's a connection. And I'm also trying to branch out into less quote-unquote serious videos where I don't touch on political topics as much. So yeah, this may be like not the last, but this may be the first video or very few in which I touch on politics as much as I used to. So yeah, first item on the agenda, the state. And one thing about the state is it'll disappoint you. It will. It definitely will. Because there are these things called human rights, right? The right to safety, protection, to health care, to dignity, to security. The state puts up a veil of delivering these services. It does not. People tend to think that just because something is public sector, that it's inferior because they don't have as much money backed into it. And yes, to some extent that is true. To some extent that is true. But who is in charge of taking that money and putting it into whatever private or public sector, business, service that there is. The state, the government, the people in control. I'm disgusting, I know. But yeah, the people in control. Better. More or less. But anyway, what was the thing? Yeah, these people are the ones that are in charge of sending money wherever they need to send money. So it's not that doctors and
And bro watching everything. I know we feel the same
a
way.
second ago I sounded like an ATV, which is a bike, four-wheeler. So I'm gonna have to cut that part out, or at least try something, salvage it. But anyway, as I was saying, state doctors and nurses are not inferior. State teachers are not inferior. It's the underfunding and understaffing. But regardless, it's understaffing and underfunding. The government has control over which sector they're going to prioritize, and they 9 times out of 10 choose the private sector. You and I could be living in better houses, better communities, rural or not, have more than enough food, shelter, water, electricity, because these things contribute to human rights such as dignity, security, protection, and yeah. These things contribute to human rights that we have and are recognized globally. Protection, security, education, dignity, respect. But we don't get these things. We get excuse after excuse of why something isn't